Hey guys, the Rival Squad King of Shorts here, and today I'm going to do something that I've never done before. That is doing these NFL predictions for this 2026 and 2027 year. So yeah, let's get to start. Starting with my Kansas City Chiefs. Oh boy, this is going to be hard to predict. Well, I know we're going to lose to the teams that are above our last season record, which are going to be, of course, the Denver Broncos giving a loss. The Indianapolis Colts give them a loss. The Dolphins give them a loss. However, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, so give me a win. The first win of the season. Before we're going to be in the Chargers, so that's a loss. I got the Seahawks and the Broncos beating us, so that's two losses. I got the Chiefs winning over the Jets, the Falcons winning over us, and I got the Chiefs beating the Cardinals, giving a loss to the Bills, the Rams, before beating the Cincinnati Bengals. So give me a win. And then the Patriots will be a loss, and win. So in my prediction and conclusion, I got the Chiefs going 5-12 this year. I'm sorry, but I see the dropping situation continuing the way I see it. Injuries will continue and penalties will be made against us. And speaking of which, let's go on to what should we do? Actually, I'm gonna do my division AFC West first. And the Chiefs are off the list. Now let's do the Las Vegas Raiders. The sorry ass Raiders. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Although I do know that they are going against the Miami Dolphins, so give me a loss. Loss. Although you're gonna go against the New York Jets, so give me a win there. The first one and only win of the season. Although before continuing their losing streak, so give me a loss, obviously. Loss. I don't know about you, but I'll give the Raiders a win over the Tennessee Titans before winning again against the Arizona Cardinals and loss. So in conclusion, 3-14. Second to last one before we move on is the Los Angeles Chargers. And those two games are going to be very easy. So I get the Chargers to win before losing to the Buffalo Bills. And they're gonna lose to Seattle Seahawks, so give me another loss before losing to the Denver Broncos. And before going back on track against the Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately. And they're gonna obviously lose to the Los Angeles Rams and the Texans. And did the Ravens go 8-9 this season? Yeah, they did. So get the Chargers to win. Obviously, they're gonna blow the Chargers are gonna blow the Jets out in Week 11. So give me the Chargers. Patriots. Yeah, get the Patriots to win. and the Chargers to win. Give the 49ers a win. The Dolphins, give me the Chargers to win, and loss. So in conclusion, I got the win in 9-8. And finally, in our division, the Denver Broncos. So let's get this started. So give me the Broncos to win, loss. Wait, did I put him in a loss spot? It doesn't matter. Win, obviously win, loss, and win. So in conclusion, I have them going 15-2 this year. And that's it for our AFC West. Now, the AFC North, which is the Baltimore Ravens, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. Let's start with the sorry-ass Cleveland Browns, which I believe they went 5-12. But is that going to change? Obviously not, because they're going to go against the Jacksonville Jaguars, so give me a loss here. Loss. Definitely a loss. But there is hope for the Cleveland Browns as they get a win against the New York Jets, of course, before losing to the Baltimore Ravens. And get the Browns to win. And back to their losing streak against the Steelers, the Saints, and the Texans before winning against the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think the Browns are going to lose most of their games, their last 6 games. So loss, and loss. So in conclusion, I got the Browns going 3-14 this season. They'll never make it the playoffs. As a matter of fact, they're never going to win a Super Bowl, ever. Until they find their franchise quarterback, at least. So, next up, the Cincinnati Bengals. So, let's get this started. I got them, the Buccaneers. Get them a loss. That's a loss. I believe the Dolphins went 7-10, right? If so, give me the Bengals loss. Before beating the Titans at home or away. I don't know. So, before losing to the Atlanta Falcons. So that's a loss. Before winning against the Washington Commanders. So you guys, they're both 6-11. So, but I really think Cincinnati will get the win the most. And so does the Cleveland Browns. So give me a 3-game winning streak for the Cincinnati Bengals before losing to my Kansas City Chiefs, hopefully. Before losing to the Carolina Panthers, the Indianapolis Colts, the Baltimore Ravens, and you finish off with the win against the Cleveland Browns. So in conclusion, I have them winning 5-12. And now the Baltimore Ravens, which this is not gonna be a bad schedule, as I got the Baltimore Ravens getting a win against the Indianapolis Colts. No, actually, I'll give them a loss. I got them winning against this New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys, before blowing the Titans out on week 4. I'll get the close win to the Baltimore Ravens over the Atlanta Falcons, so give them a win. The win, obviously, blowout. I get the Cincinnati Bengals losing to the Baltimore Ravens, so give them a win. Before losing. Now, this is where things get tough. So this is where things get tough. You got the Bills, the Jaguars, and the Chargers. So give me a loss, and loss. Before winning against the Carolina Panthers. I'm a mess. So, and the loss. And then you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers give me doubtably a win before losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it all comes down to the 3 games. As you know, you have the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you know what? I'll get the first 2 the win before losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So in conclusion, I have to go 10-7 this year. And finally, I wish I have a drink, to be honest, because I'm all out of breath. The Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, Steelers Nation, what do you got for us? Well, for one thing, you're winning against the Atlanta Falcons before losing to the New England Patriots. And you're going to have this amazing winning streak. The rest of the schedule is going to be very easy. I'm talking about week 3 and week 11. So, and you know what I think about week 3 and 11? Win, 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 win. Win and win. Going 9-1 before collapsing a little bit as you go off the Denver Broncos, the Houston Texans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So give me a loss, and loss before beating the Baltimore Ravens, either away or home. Give me a win, obviously, and give me a win. So in conclusion, I got them going 13-4 this season. 13-4. Now let's go to the AFC South. AFC South. Where shall we start? I think we should start the Tennessee Titans. And oh no, Tennessee Titans, this is not looking good for you. But, however, you're going to go against the New York Jets, so give me the win over there. Before losing mostly week 2 to week 11. Give me a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, the Giants, the Ravens, the Texans, the Colts, the Browns, the Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Cowboys. But, and the Jaguars too. The Commanders, the Lions, and the Colts before winning against the Las Vegas Raiders. So So in conclusion, I go at 2-15 as they lose to the Bengals. I mean the Steelers and the Texans away. So in conclusion, I got them going 2-15. You gotta win some, you gotta lose some, right? Sorry, I'm clearing my throat a lot recently. But anyways, let's get back to the predictions. So I got the next on the Indianapolis Colts. So for the Colts, I got them losing week 1 to the Baltimore Ravens. Give me a win against my Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately. Give me the Texans over the Colts before winning against the Washington Commanders. I got them losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers before winning against the Tennessee Titans. Now, remind you, the Vikings did win 9-8, and the Colts went 8-9. So, give me a loss. No. Win. Give me a win against the Dallas Cowboys. So, and another win against the Miami Dolphins before losing to the Houston Texans and winning against the New York Giants. So it's an up and down season so far for the Indianapolis Colts. And it does continue as they lose to the Philadelphia Eagles and win against the Tennessee Titans. But there is a little hope as you go against the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns before losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So in conclusion, I got them winning 9-8 this season, and whether or not make it to the playoffs. And let's if I can find it. There we go. The Houston Texans. Obviously, I don't know if the Bills win 12-5 or 13-4 this season. But if it's 12-5, I got the Texans winning over the Bills, which I hope they do. Fingers crossed, because I hate the Bills with a passion. And you have a very easy game. You have an easiest schedule as you beat the Cincinnati Bengals, the Colts, the Cowboys, and the Titans before losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is your first loss of the season. And the rest, from week 9 to 14, you're going to have a series of wins as you go against the Chargers, the Browns, the Colts, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Commanders before losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars, of course. And then you end your season with 3 dubs of the season. So in conclusion, I got them going 14-2. Wait, 14-2? Did I miss something? Nah, I'm good. So in conclusion, I got them. Oh, I missed the Giants. All right. So in conclusion, I got them winning 15-2. Let's go to Jacksonville. This is going to be the easiest schedule for the Jacksonville Jaguars. As I got them winning against the Jacksonville Jaguar, against the Cleveland Browns, before losing to the Denver Broncos, unfortunately, and the New England Patriots. But the rest, you're gonna have amount of wins. So I don't need to explain every one of them. There you have it. 15-2, just like the Houston Texans. Tied for first place in the AFC South. The AFC South is going to be unstoppable this season, I think. But yeah, man. We got the AFC South down. Let's go to the AFC East. The final one in the AFC Conference. But where to begin, though? Where to begin? Oh, yes. The New York Jets. Now, it is a pretty tough schedule for the Jets, as you've got the Tennessee Titans starting with a win before losing almost all of their games, which are including the Packers, the Lions, the Bears, the Browns, the Patriots, the Dolphins, before winning against the Las Vegas Raiders. And they're going back to their losing streak as they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. My Kansas City Chiefs. And before getting blown the fuck out against the Buffalo Bills and the Chargers, of course. Losing to the Dolphins, the Broncos, putting 63 points before winning against the Arizona Cardinals, losing to the Patriots, the Vikings, and the Bills. So in conclusion, I got them winning 3 games this season. Now let's go to Miami. Oh, Miami, do I have a treat for you? As you get your first win of the season against our Las Vegas Raiders. Our Las Vegas Raiders. Because my Kansas City Chiefs hates the Raiders. Before losing to the San Francisco 49ers and winning against my Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately. And losing to the Minnesota Vikings. So far, it's an up and down situation. But there is a little hope as you win against the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jets, obviously. You are 4-2. This is where things get tough as you go against the New England Patriots, the Detroit Lions, and the Indianapolis Colts, and the Bills. So far you're 5-5, but before winning against the New York Jets and losing to the Denver Broncos, probably 17-20 back, and losing to the Chicago Bears, the Packers, the Chargers, the Bills, and the Patriots. So in conclusion, I got the Dolphins winning 6 games so far. And Dolphins, you suck. Anyways, speaking of the Bills, let's get on with it, I guess. There we go, the Buffalo Bills. I think as Josh Allen does a torn his ACL, here's my prediction. I think we'll go with a win against the Texans, the Lions, and the Chargers before losing to the New England Patriots at home or away. And then we got the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Bills win 12-5 this season, last season, I think. So I think I really want the Rams to win this one. So give me the Rams over the Bills before blowing the Raiders out in week 6. And then the rest of the games from week 8 to 12, there are W's. So let's do that. And then losing to the New England Patriots. And then winning the NFC North as you go beat the Green Bay Packers and the Bears before losing to the Denver Broncos. And you win your last 2 against the Dolphins and the Jets. So in conclusion, I got them winning 13 games this season. And last but not least, in the AFC, we got the New England Patriots. Yay! So, I think week 1 is going to be the last as I think this is going to be the last result as last season. Same result last season. Excuse me. So that's a loss. Before winning against the Pittsburgh Steelers and then losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they're going to have a tough start. However, fortunately, you're going to have an easiest schedule yet. So the Dubs are the rest. The rest are Dubs, so I'm not going to talk. Just give them the Dubs. There we go. So in conclusion, I got them going. Oh, did I just say? I forgot the Jacksonville Jaguars are 13-4 last season, and the Patriots are 14-3 this season. So that's my excuse. Sorry. So in conclusion, I got the Patriots winning 16 games. 16. Now we can get to do the NFC. Starting with the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals. Oh boy, your guys are not going to be having a good season at all, as you lose to the Los Angeles Chargers, the Seahawks, and the Niners before winning against the New York Giants. And you're going to lose to the Detroit Lions, the Rams, the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Seahawks again, the Rams, the Chiefs, the Commanders, the Eagles, before winning against the New York Jets. And the rest of the season are losses. So no, actually, there we go. So in conclusion, I got the Cardinals going 3 games this season. Now let's start with the San Francisco 49ers. Now this is going to be a decent season for you guys, as you lose to the Los Angeles Rams before winning against the Cardinals and the Dolphins, lose to the Denver Broncos and the Seahawks. And then on the bright side, you got a series of dubs going from week 6 to 11. So let's give them a dub. There we go. So far, 7-3 record. Good season for you guys. But the devil is, I got them losing against the Seattle Seahawks before winning against the New York Giants and losing to the Rams. And the rest of the season are dubs. So so in conclusion, I got them going 12-5 this season. Now let's go to the Rams. Raymond? Jeez, Raymond. But anyways, give them a win. Going to 2-0 start before losing to the Denver Broncos and winning against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Bills, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Commanders again, the Cardinals again, the Packers, the Chiefs, unfortunately for us, the Niners, the Cowboys, before losing to the Seattle Seahawks, win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before losing to the Seattle Seahawks. So in conclusion, I got the winning going 14-3 this season. So yeah. Last but not least, the Seattle Seahawks, aka the Super Bowl champions, or defending Super Bowl champions. Oh boy, this is going to be very easy for you guys, as I get them a win against the New England Patriots. And from week 2 to 5, you have dubs. So there you go. A 5-0 record before losing to the Denver Broncos. And then the rest of the schedule is very easy. So the rest are dubs. So there you go. So in conclusion, I got the Seahawks winning 16 games, just like the New England Patriots, and a Super Bowl rematch. And now we could go to the NFC South. Starting with the New Orleans Saints. And they're going to have the worst record this year, because I got the Lions winning over them and the Ravens. But there's a bright side for New Orleans, as I got them their first win of the season against the Las Vegas Raiders, before losing 2 more against the Atlanta Falcons and the Vikings, before winning against the New York Giants and losing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers win? I think so. And what's my prediction? I think it's 11-6. If I'm wrong or correct, I don't know. But anyways, on to the Saints. The Browns get their third dub against the Cleveland Browns before losing to the Carolina Panthers, the Bears, the Bengals, the Packers, the Panthers, the Buccaneers, before winning against the Arizona Cardinals and losing to the Falcons and the Buccaneers. So in conclusion, I got them winning 4 wins this season. 4 games this season. The Atlanta Falcons. Decent schedule for you guys. Are you guys going 8-9 again? Let's find out. As I got them, I had them losing against the Steelers, the Panthers, the Packers, before winning against the New Orleans Saints and the Baltimore Ravens before losing to the Bears, the Niners, the Buccaneers, before winning against the Bengals and the Chiefs. So give me a dub. Yo. And then the NFC North is going to be very tough. So give me, and the Falcons still went tough. So give me a loss for both of them. So, however, there are going to be easy games too as you win against the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders before losing to the rest of your NFC South opponents. So give me a loss. No, I did say the rest of them. I mean, both Buccaneers and the Panthers. Not including the New Orleans Saints. Man, I'm losing my voice. I'm going 7-10 this season. Again, like we usually do. Now let's go with Tampa Bay. Oh boy. This is going to be up and down for you guys as you win against you have a good start as you go with the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals before losing to the NFC North. Two of them, which are the Vikings and the Packers, so give me a loss. However, though, you got the Cowboys, so give me a win against the Dallas Cowboys. And then losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Panthers before winning against the Atlanta Falcons. And then losing to the Chicago Bears and the Lions and the Panthers, the Chargers, before winning against the Atlanta Falcons, the Saints and the Falcons, before losing to the Rams, and win against the New Orleans Saints. There you go. So in conclusion, same record as last season. The Carolina Panthers. Oh boy, I do have a treat for you. And Bryson, this may be your chance to win the MVP this season. I don't know, but that's on me. However, though, you started off with a tough loss against the Chicago Bears before winning against the Atlanta Falcons and the Cleveland Browns before losing to the Detroit Lions and the Eagles. And you win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before losing to the Packers and the Broncos, so give me a loss. And you won against the New Orleans Saints, so that's something. Before losing to the Baltimore Ravens. No, actually, give me a win against the Ravens and the Buccaneers. And for the Vikings, give me a loss. Before winning against the Saints and the Bengals. So there's that. Losing to the Steelers, the Seahawks, of course, and finally, for the moment of truth, the Falcons for the win. So in conclusion, I got the Bryson and the Peppers and prove it again this season. Like, oh man, it's just like the Panthers are getting better each season, I swear. And this season, this is what I'm talking about, okay? I got them winning 9 wins this season. Back to the postseason. My voice is killing me. I'm going to have a drink after this. And Now, speaking of the NFC North, I don't know if I want to do the North or the what East. You know what? Let's stick to the East. So, starting with the Washington Commanders, this is going to be tough for you guys. Even though you got Jane Daniels, I still think this is going to be tough for you guys. So, the law because you're going to have a loss to the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and the Colts before winning against the New York Giants. And then week 6, 2-12 are losses, so give me a loss. Oh wait, I realized you have the Giants this season, so give me a win. Before losing to the Bengals. And winning again before having back-to-back wins against the Cardinals and the Titans. So give me those wins before losing the rest of your games, so give me losses. So in conclusion, -1. So in conclusion, I got them Commanders winning 4 games this season. Now let's talk about the New York Giants. They're going to have a terrible season this year. You know why? Because I got the the Cowboys winning this. The Rams before winning against the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals before losing to the Commanders, the Saints, the Texans, the Eagles, the Commanders, the Jaguars, the Colts, the Giants, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Browns, the Lions, Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles again. So in conclusion, I got the Giants winning 2 games this season. Now let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Anyways, I got the Cowboys off to a great start as they won their first 2 games of the season before losing to the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. So, give them a loss. And you're also losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Green Bay Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles, before winning against the Arizona Cardinals and losing to the Indianapolis Colts, the Niners. But you get the win against the Titans before losing to the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Jaguars. But you do get the win against the Giants, so I'll give you that, and the Commanders. So in conclusion, I got the Cowboys winning 6 games this season. And Philadelphia Eagles, this may be your chance to win back-to-back NFC East titles. Let's see how you do. So, for starters, I got the Eagles winning over the Commanders, the Titans, and the Bears before losing to the LA Rams. I see a pretty good start. And losing again before losing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But you do have an easy win from, let's see, from week 6 to 14. So that stops. There you go. Now, believe me or not, this is a sort of collapse season for them. As you go against the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans before winning their last 2 against the San Francisco 49ers and and the New York Giants. So in conclusion, I got the Eagles winning 13 games this season. And now let's talk about our final four teams, the NFC North. Starting with the Minnesota Vikings. Oh boy. You are in for a treat. And it's not going to be good. As you lost to the Packers and the Bears before winning against the Minnesota Vikings, before you have a little winning streak against the Buccaneers, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Colts. That's 4-2. So that's good. And then the collapse start as you lost to the Lions, the Bills, of course, the Packers, and the Niners, before winning against the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. So give me a dub. Before losing to the New England Patriots and losing against the Detroit Lions. And then your final two dubs are against the Commanders, the Lions, the Jets, and then your final loss is against the Chicago Bears. So in conclusion, I got the Vikings winning 8 games this season with Kyler Murray. Which, speaking of Green Bay, let's head over there and give them their first dubs. As they win against the Vikings, the Jets, the Falcons, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, off to a great start before losing to the Chicago Bears. And then from week 6 to 8, you get your free 3 dubs against the Cowboys, the Lions, and the Carolina Panthers. So you're off to a great start without Micah Parsons. And then Micah Parsons comes back. However, there is still a loss to the New England Patriots before winning against the Minnesota Vikings and losing to the Los Angeles Rams and winning against the New Orleans Saints and losing to the Buffalo Bills and winning against the Miami Dolphins, losing to the Chicago Bears, the Texans, before winning against the Detroit Lions. So in conclusion, I got the Packers winning 11 games. We got 2 more teams to go. Detroit Lions. Could this be your year? Let's find out. So I got the Lions winning over the Saints, losing to the Bills, winning against before having a little winning streak against the Jets, the Panthers, and the Cardinals, before losing against the Green Bay Packers. That's a loss. And then a 2-game winning streak against the Vikings and the Dolphins, losing to the New England Patriots, and winning against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and losing to the Chicago Bears, and winning against the Atlanta Falcons, the Titans, the Vikings, the Giants, before losing to the Chicago Bears again, and winning against the Green Bay and losing to the Green Bay Packers. So in total, I got the Lions winning 11 games this season. And last but not least, the Chicago Bears. Which prediction? Are they going to the Super Bowl this year? Let's find out. Starting with 4 dubs, I think. Actually, it's going to be more than that. 6 dubs against the Panthers, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Jets, the Packers, and the Falcons. I see them going to the good start before losing to the New England Patriots and the Seahawks. Before winning again against the back to their winning ways against the Buccaneers, the Saints, and the Lions, and losing against the Jacksonville Jaguars, giving a loss. Before winning against the Miami Dolphins, losing to the Buffalo Bills, and then your final three are dubs. So get the rest to the dub. There you go. So in conclusion, I got the Bears winning 13 games this season. And there you have it. That's my NFL predictions for 2026 and 2027 season, NFL season. So make sure you subscribe, share, like, and comment. And comment down below what's your favorite part of this video. And who do you think who's going to win the Super Bowl this season? This is my first NFL predictions video. So yeah. The video is 51 minutes long. Actually. But anyways, this is the Rival Squad. King of Shorts here. On the road to 10K. See ya.